Yo, what's up guys? You got PokeaimMD here with a nice and standard OU live with this Volcanion team. Before we get into it though, I just want to say you might be wondering why I didn't upload yesterday. That's pretty rare of me to not upload. I love uploading and I do pride myself on uploading daily. But unfortunately yesterday I was unable to. First off, it was my mother's 50th birthday. That was on Friday, but we celebrated it yesterday, which is pretty cool. And unfortunately after that we found out that my uncle passed away in the hospital. We were on our way to visit him and we found out that he passed away. He had been suffering from cancer and it got the best of him, so he ended up passing away. And you know, it's terrible, right? But I'm just telling you guys because you guys are a big part of my life and I want to be honest. It's tough, right? But I'm not going to remember him for dying from cancer and the suffering that he went through, right? I'm going to remember him for the good times we had, or the times I enjoyed with his daughters and son, you know, my cousins, and all the laughs we had, and, you know, family barbecues and all that. I'm definitely going to remember him for that. So, Uncle Larry, I dedicate this video to you. I love you, man. And, yeah, for anybody out there that's suffering, whether it be with, you know, family is sick or things aren't going well, just remember there are people that care about you, there are people that love you. I want you, well, whether it be your family or your friends or someone, there's people who care, who will listen. And you know, don't keep your emotions in, man. Don't bottle them up. You gotta vent, man. You gotta talk, you gotta cry, you gotta do what you gotta do. Don't hold it in. And if somebody calls you a wuss, who cares? Like, why do you need a negative person in your life anyway? Like, what value, or what does that mean to me, you know? So yeah, I just wanted to share what was on my heart, obviously, and that's why I didn't upload yesterday. Another bit of, I guess, sad news, but definitely not as extreme, is that SubHub won't be here this week or next week. So the week that just passed, obviously SubHub was supposed to be, or not supposed to be, but it's usually uploaded either Saturday or Sunday. You're seeing this video on Sunday, so there's no SubHub, mainly because on Friday I was also celebrating my wow, I just like blanked. I was also celebrating Marlene's birthday, so my lady's birthday, if you guys didn't know. So you should know, I call her my lady like 50 times every single time I mention her. I'm proud to have her as my girl, so why wouldn't I call her my lady? You know, that's my girl, that's my lady. But yeah, I was celebrating her birthday with her and her family, and after that, basically Fridays is when I'm able to record with Envy. Friday nights, because he works, you know, 5 days a week. So Friday nights is when I'm able to record with Envy, but I couldn't be there. And Saturday, you obviously heard I couldn't be there. And then Sunday, it's family time, so I don't usually record or stream or do anything on Sundays unless I'm home, but I'm definitely not going to be, or I'm definitely not home as you're listening to this video. And then the week coming up, I'm going on vacation from Thursday, excuse me, to Sunday. I come back Sunday night. Don't worry, there'll be videos every day, at least one video every single day. But I won't be able to record SubHub with Envy on Friday. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. Sorry it took me so long to say that, but let's go ahead and do this live. I love this team, and you know, Pokemon is also something I very much enjoy, so it does make me happier regardless of being hacks or not. I've been playing Pokemon probably every day for, I want to say, 7 years. I think since I started YouTube. I mean, I was definitely playing Pokemon way before then as well, but I don't think every day. I don't know. I've been playing Pokemon for a long time. You might be like, oh man, that's sad. Well, I don't know. Why is that? This is my passion. It's like I was still in track. Didn't offer that in my college. But if I was still in track and I'm running every single day, that's not sad, right? To hear, oh man, this guy's running every single day. But anyway, I don't know why I'm going into that. Let's go over the team. We have PokeaimMD Volcanion. PokeaimMD Earth Power is really nice. Picking up that KO on like stuff like Toxapex after a bit of prior damage. Also, just having a strong base power ground move is really nice for just solid neutral damage. For example, Keldeo, I think it takes like 90-something% or close to that, maybe 80-something%. I forgot. I don't remember why. I know I switched to my Keldeo once on this mod and got blown back from it. We have Defog Scizor with a ton of speed. which has helped out versus like opposing Marowaks. We have defensive Landorus, you know, standard defensive Landorus. The Flame Victini set. This man has a lot of speed too. Holy crap. Scarf Nihilego, probably my favorite set on this mon. I also enjoy Specs a lot. I think Scarf is so good. It's so easy to late game sweep with this mon, especially because Landorus gets off Rocky Helmet damage, Scizor gets off U-turn damage, and Volcanion, they pretty much just weaken steals. Even Scizor U-turns out and stuff that Nihilego can just come in and pick off. We have SD, Lumberry, Tapu Bulu, and then Rockhead, Swords Dance, Marowak. It's been a little while since I used this guy. I love Alolan Marowak. But Rockhead is really nice because it helps Flare Blitz. It helps you basically spam Flare Blitz. Yes, Lightning Rod is probably the better ability just because it gives you another immunity than immunity to Tapu Koko. But when you see a Landorus and a Marowak on the team anyway, chances are you're not going to go for a Volt Switch anyway. And if I have to change it, I mean, I could play around it anyway. I have Scarf Nihilego, I have Tapu Bulu. Marowak ain't dying to a hit anyway. But without further ado, let's look for a battle. Oh, speaking of, this background was really cool. We got Stall as the first one. It's a good Stall team, but this is why we got my buddy Marowak right here. So with Rockhead, which helps me a lot with Stall, and it should be able to break through my opponent's team. So speaking of the background, Beast Boost merchandise is available till what the hell? It's available till March 30th. It does ship worldwide. It's just shirts and hoodies and mugs and whatnot. A couple people actually did some express ordering, which is pretty cool, and they got it right away, so that's awesome. Anyway, how do we want to lead off versus this guy? I think I want to lead off of Volcanion because he can't knock me off due to the fact I have a Z move, and also I want to weaken him with Steam Eruption. He's gonna protect here. Protect would always be his play, yeah, but this is the only thing that he would potentially switch out, and I think Chansey's definitely coming out now. I would go Chansey. But Chansey also gives me a Mega Evolution. Well, also give me a Rocks, but it also gives me a Mega with my Scizor, and I can defog away the hazards anyway. Also avoiding Toxic and whatnot. So other Rocks, just Mega and defog. Pretty safe defog. Toxapex is going to come out. I think that's completely fine because I do have Lumberry on Bulu, so I'm actually going to do just U-turn out of there hard into Bulu. I also have Nihilego to absorb Toxic Spike, so I'm not too worried about those. I can go right out into my my Bulu, and I kind of just want to Leech Seed real quick. I know Skarmory is such an easy switch in for my opponent. I'm actually, if he's not running Whirlwind on Skarmory, he can't beat me, so I'm going to Swords Dance up before I go for Leech Seed, because I can Leech Seed now on the Shedinja. Yep, and it's dead. And I have a Lumberry, so Shedinja is dead. That mon is straight up gone. And SD Tapu Bulu is going to be putting in a ton of work versus my opponent. So Skarmory is going to come out. If he does not have Whirlwind on this Skarmory, he can't beat me anyway. He does have it, unfortunately. But he phases me right out into my Volcanion. And, you wouldn't go. Volcanion also puts in a ton of work. I would throw off a Steam Eruption just in case my opponent decides to go out into Toxapex, because I could hit it with a Z ground move and then beat it down. Also, unfortunately, he phased me out to here, but some Skarmory are not actually running Whirlwind. Some of them are running, I guess on Sableye Stall you would want it, but counter, Roost, Spikes, you need counter for Mega Metagross. But we can go route to Scizor, and once again just defog away these hazards. We don't care. We don't care at all about this this Toxic Spike. Yeah, this Toxic Spike doesn't matter at all. Once I bring in Marowak, I also go ham on his team. So I'll bring it on probably Chansey, which I am faster than. Man, he has nothing for it once it comes in, and he can't trap it. But I definitely want to go right out into, I think Volcanion is still the best play on his T-Spike. Because I can go off, I can throw off a Steam Eruption, and again, he probably will stay in, just because he could tank the Z move, or any move I want to go for, but I really just want to get a potential burn on him. I really want to get a burn, and what I can do now is just, we'll throw off another Steam Eruption. If Chansey wants to come out, that's fine. I just want the burn on him. That's like the main thing I wanted. And if he wants to step on the T-Spike, that's fine as well. Goes for Scald, which actually ends up healing me. Nice. And I think it's time we just throw off a Z move. Because the Tectonic Rage will be able to knock him out at that percentage. And we are able to get rid of Toxapex. So no T-Spikes for the entirety of the game. And the guy just leaves. Yeah, I didn't even have to use my SD He could have trapped me with Duck Trail, but then I would have just went out to Scissor or Defog the way that, and then I just won the game with top Bulu or SD Marowak. SD Marowak literally went ham on his team because Rockhead is so good versus Stall. You don't take the recoil from Flare Blitz, so it allows you to just keep clicking it. And usually the way Stall would beat Marowak is it killing itself, basically, and then Toxapex dealing with it. But with those mons gone, he just lost. So, nice. We get to beat Stall on the first game. I don't know how long this live is going to be. I'm going to be honest. I have no idea how long this live is going to be. I didn't even know what I let off with, but let's assess the team real quick. Okay, this man gets blown back by Volcanion. Hey. So I'm going to just lead off with it. But honestly, it just puts in way too much work versus my opponent. Actually, Nihilego is just the best, literally the best possible lead, because Tapu Koko comes out. It's the only mon on my team that I lead off with that straight up beats Tapu Koko. So what I want to do is actually go Landorus, just in case he doesn't fear me being Scarf. I don't want him Volt Switching, as he goes hard Ferrothorn. So this is good. We can get up rocks, pressure that Pelipper. Electric Terrain is up. Probably a Leech Seed is going to come out. I want an Earthquake anyway, just to gauge the damage. Unfortunately, misses the Leech Seed. Yeah, as long as I keep Volcanion alive, he can't. Between these two, if he specs Kingdra, he can't drop Dracos or Hydro Pump, because it's going to be a prediction whenever my opponent comes in. So we're going to Earthquake again. As Pelipper is going to come out. Good play, good play. Pelipper takes any hit. I don't know if it's going to throw off a Hurricane. I doubt it's faster than me. And it would not go for Scald because of Volcanion. He's just going to go for U-turn. I think he'd go for U-turn here. And I really want to just make the... Or a Hurricane, I suppose. Hurricane or U-turn. We'll make the safe U-turn play. I get an unfortunate crit on my opponent after dodging Leech Seed. So I say it's unfortunate because it really is. Like, once I go out to Marowak, I'm going to click Shadow Bone and get a kill. But we're going to go out into our Volcanion right here. As he throws off a U-turn. I knew that was going to happen. That's why I was tempted to go for the HP Ice. Coco is going to come out. I don't have to predict this. I don't have to predict this because I do have Marowak. But unfortunately, I'm Rockhead. But I don't know if he knows that. Huh. I'm going to go Landorus. Landorus doesn't do anything in this game besides block the Volt Switch. So I'm going to go Landorus as he throws off a Thunder. We're double out to Nihilego. As he goes Buzzwole, so I'm assuming it might be Choice Locked. Choice Locked Coco. Or yeah, Choice Locked Tapu Koko. I don't see a reason not to throw off a Sludge Wave, but I really do need this mon to deal with Coco in the back. So I'm actually gonna double back out into my Landers just to see what he wants to do. The way he brought it in, I'm thinking it might be Choice Scarf. As he throws off an Ice Punch. It's a good play. Definitely a good play. It's actually Life Orb. We'll switch out into my Scizor here because we can take it on. Bulu being weakened is great because, again, Ferrothorn puts in... not Ferrothorn, excuse me. Buzzwole being weakened is great for Bulu because Bulu puts in so much work versus him. Yeah, we'll just roost off the damage because he's going to switch out anyway. Awesome, and Rain is almost gone. So I want to know what his last move on this is. I don't know if it's Gyro Ball. I could always just... yeah, I'm just going to sack this. So... there's no point even U-turning. We're just gonna sack Landers here. I don't want to take any extra damage. Rain is gone, so I can go right out into my my Volcanion now. And again, there's no reason to predict anything on my opponent's team. I think Fire Blast, just attacking what's in front of me, is the best play because Pelipper will go down to Fire Blast plus Steam Eruption anyway. I could throw off a Steam Eruption if I want to, but I'm going to throw off another Fire Blast. I'm not going to predict. I'm not going to bother predicting. I'm still weak to Scizor, but I do have... okay, we'll take the Buzzwole sack. Nice. I do have Marowak in the back, which I am trying to keep healthy. Pelipper's going to come out. That should die to a Steam Eruption. It's Rain boosted. And he doubles out to Kingdra, which is even better. Because Kingdra has a chance to be burnt by this. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it. Would you stay in is the question. I don't need this mon per se. I don't need this mon. I feel like, but he had to drop a Draco if he wants to knock me. I'm gonna go for Tectonic Rage because I don't want to predict my Bulu. Yes, nice. So we're gonna be able to knock out Kingdra there. Huge threat, just straight up gone. Straight up gone. The Rain is still there. It's not really stun or die. It's more so the fact that I don't have to predict. I feel to beat this mon. I should keep Volcanion alive now because it actually wins the game. Like, it does straight up win the game. And there's no way you're not going for an electric type attack now. I feel like Scizor is the most expendable member on my team. Go out to Izzy, go for U-turn. I can't believe he would do that play though. I can't believe my opponent would go for U-turn. But at this point, because Bulu doesn't really beat anything, we're going to U-turn out into Bulu just to avoid Leech Seed. And then I'll be able to go right on into Marowak and just click Flare Blitz repeatedly. So Leech Seed, we're able to avoid that. I could SD up. It's Mega Scizor though, so I don't think there's much of a point. But I'm going to go for SD now anyway, because Gyro Ball doesn't knock me out. Unless you crit. So unless my opponent crit me there, Gyro Ball didn't knock me out. However, because Pelipper does die to rocks, and again, us having the fact that we have Rock Head is so much better for us. We're not going to be taking any damage. I'm going to just click this Flare Blitz. Hopefully he sacks the Ferrothorn. Unless you're still running Brutal Swing on Scizor, I think we're good. I do want to defog though. Get rid of these rocks for Scizor. So again, no recoil besides the iron bars right there. But the grassy terrain is so nice and helpful. Beautiful. And we'll just go route to Scizor, because we can defog away these rocks. Goes for U-turn though, so now I'm kind of tempted not to go for the defog, especially because Tapu Koko comes out. Now we'll just Bullet Punch, get some chip, nice chip. There's no way Thunder has to hit. 2, Electric Terrain is up, so I can now just go out to Nihilego, click my own Thunderbolt. Pelipper is gonna go down. We're gonna keep our Nihilego alive though, of course. Scizor's gonna come out, more than likely go for U-turn, but I will always go out into... If he has U-turn and doesn't have like Brutal Swing or anything, I'll always go Volcanion here and always click Fire Blast. Yeah, good U-turn. Great play on my opponent's part. But we could just sack this to the Thunder and go route to Nihilego. So click. I should have actually clicked Power Gem. I don't know why I clicked Thunderbolt there, but I clicked Thunderbolt. Got my Beast Boost. I definitely should have clicked Power Gem. Would have been the better play. We're gonna click Thunderbolt here. Yeah, this is why I should have clicked Power Gem, because now he's gonna be able to boost up. I'm so sad. I'm mad I made this play. We're gonna go Marowak though. If he goes for BP here, he wins. Yep. I'm mad I made that play instead of clicking Power Gem. I don't know why I clicked that, but we end up living it anyway. So that was an unfortunate play. I'm a good game though. That was just a bad play. I knew I would live +2 anyway, because this Marowak is stupid, man. The way he EV'd it, I don't know. Like I don't know how, but I was like a +6 Scizor and he was at about 60%. I still, he was at about 55%. And I still couldn't kill him. So I knew I would live this most likely, but I should have went for Power Gem. I don't know why I clicked Thunderbolt. Maybe it's because I thought Electric Terrain was still up, but it definitely fell. So I should have clicked Power Gem, because what it would have done is it would have forced him to attack me, because I would have got my Beast Boost, gotten the stab, and been able to knock him out. But anyway, luckily my poor play didn't cost me the game. I like my opponent's team. I love Scizor as a lead because it gives me U-turn momentum versus everything. It's also faster than Marowak. It gives me momentum versus Beedrill. So we get off a nice slow U-turn. He actually leaves Magearna, which isn't the worst for me. Because again, unless you're packing HP Fire, we're good. I'm actually going to U-turn right out into Landorus. Hey. Nihilego destroys my opponent's team in the late game by clicking Power Gem. But I do want to get rid of Magearna, obviously. To be honest, what do I lose from just clicking Bullet Punch? U2. If I need damage on this mod, I'm clicking Bullet Punch. I don't know if you have HP Fire, but I'll live it anyway. Yeah, if you're just gonna Volt Switch, because I was thinking, okay, I can U-turn out to Landorus, block the Volt Switch, but if he's one of those Ice Beam variants, then I'm in a bad position. Plus, that damage also means that Landorus now knocks it out with Earthquake. So I think, all in all, that was the best play I can make. Especially because Scizor puts in so much work by clicking Bullet Punch. It knocks out Beedrill in 2 hits. It can 1v1 Tapu Fini. I'm also potentially faster than this, so I can Roost before... just alive. Oh, yeah. I do want to do showcases. I do want to do showcases of the older Pokemon and talk about sets. So this is one of the sets I'll definitely be talking about. Marowak comes out. Like I said, I am 100% faster than this thing unless it's Scarf Marowak, and if you are, you deserve to win if you're the only Scarf Marowak in the game. So we'll go route to Landorus, get off our Intimidate, I can see a Willow is coming out or Shadow Bone. Because Shadow Bone doesn't take any damage on me, so good play. Or Shadow Bone doesn't take any recoil, which is so cool about that. Like that's called Shadow Bone. Also, Volcanion destroys my destroys my opponent's team. Go Celesteela, which is a good mid-ground play. Again, Volcanion can destroy my opponent's entire team. We're gonna bring in though on a potential Leech Seed. I'm assuming he's going to protect here, but I'm going to double out into my Marowak anyway. I think it's a good mid-ground play, because if he does protect, then I don't lose anything. And if he goes hard Tapu Fini, chances are he's going to be the variant that's not running Scald, and even if he is, he doesn't like knock me out. And plus Defog is also a play he'd go for. So we'll go for Shadow Bone, weaken this guy, which will help out my Volcanion a lot. This Mon destroys him too, and it's also faster than Celesteela. I'm going to keep clicking Shadow Bone. Yeah, Garchomp is not a counter, my friend. Defensive Chomp too, as looks at it. It took 37%. That's definitely defensive. So we'll go right out into my Landorus. That damage again is so good for Celesteela. The damage on Fini, the damage on Garchomp is so good for me clicking Power Gem. Really cool Misty Terrain. I like that a lot. I'm gonna throw off an HP Ice here. Expect him to stay in. And I guess Dragon Tail is his last move. So I don't care too much about Beedrill because I do have Scizor, and I also do have Scarf Nihilego in the back. Beedrill isn't too much of a threat, but keeping Garchomp low, if he wants to defog, that's on him. And if he goes for Dragon Tail, he'll die right here anyway. So, alright, so Garchomp is gone. Landorus did its job. I understand him. He could potentially go Celesteela, I suppose, and get a beast boost. But yeah, now he has no Volcanion switches because I click Steam Eruption into a secondary move. Basically, I click Steam Eruption into Sludge Wave. Tapu Fini does die after hazards. Marowak goes down. Celesteela comes out. As it should. Let's see. Do I want you killing me? I'll go out to Marowak anyway, so it doesn't even matter. I'm just going to let him kill me. I doubt he's offensive. Oh, I was wrong, but I died. So, this could be Z-move. I don't think Volcanion... Does Volcanion die? If it's Totemized, chances are it's not running... It's running Air Slash Fire Blast. So I think I can just Thunderbolt into a KO. I will be faster as well. This does risk my Nihilego, but at the same time, Scizor still does check pretty much everything, like Beedrill, and Scizor does still check Beedrill as well as Tapu Fini, though obviously weakening this Magearna. Like, look at his rock resist now. It's just this Magearna. Celesteela is going to be 2 KO'd, and also knowing that it's a Totemized is great. It's just so good for me. I don't want him to Volt Switch. I think that my most expendable Mon is Tapu Bulu. Right here, I don't want him Volt Switching on Scizor and bringing out Marowak. I'd rather him Volt Switch on this Mon and then bring out Marowak. That way I can just knock it out with my Volcanion after. So there's Beedrill. That also works. Beedrill definitely makes sense as a play. We're gonna Leech Seed up here, just in case he opts to U-turn, predicting my Scizor to want to come out. This will give me some recovery versus everything. Yes, it could allow Magearna to come in, but I didn't think he Poison Jab because Scizor is such a threat. And he does go Celesteela, which is great. Because getting off a Leech Seed on that, neutralizing it is amazing. And we'll just go hard. Do I want to go hard Nihilego? I think that doesn't matter. Let me just Superpower here. Because if he goes Magearna or stays in, I just still weaken Celesteela. And basically, his only Mons that beat Scizor are Celesteela and Marowak. So I think that going for Superpower is just the best play. Weakening this guy. I will be faster unless he's Timid max speed. But usually they're modest if they're running that set. I can see him doubling, I guess, into Magearna, which is why this is also a fine play. But yeah, look at that damage. And I go down to Air Slash. However, get your nice beast boost. I appreciate that. That little beast boost. Show me your Nihilego switchings. Nihilego. And we'll just click Power Gem because we don't want Marowak coming in. It's okay if Magearna comes out. I still gain recovery if Magearna comes out and Rock's still up. Celesteela does die to Bullet Punch. Again, Beedrill goes down. Get my little beast boost. Keeping out Marowak, which is the important part. And then Magearna can just come out. Yeah, I like that play a lot. I like Magearna. I will go Marowak on his Flash Cannon. I guess you could Volt Switch as well. But goes for Flash Cannon. Give me some nice grassy terrain before you go down. Yum, 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 yum. And we'll click Shadow Bone here and should win the game. Not win the game, but we should be able to get rid of the Tapu Fini. Wow, Vulture's just 35%, man. You're not used to this thing taking damage, right? Because you see Rockhead usually. But Tapu Fini is gonna go take this hit. Unfortunately, get a crit, which actually sucks for my opponent because he could have potentially knocked me out with Moonblast, and then even had to go out to Beedrill. But now I'll be able to click the Bullet Punch. Also click potentially, yeah, Bullet Punch would be fine. Do I want to save this, Mon? I feel like I want to save this as fodder, so I'm gonna go out to Scizor. I doubt you U-turn at that percentage. Fell Stinger. Oh my god, that could have been a threat, maybe. But we can roost off the damage. And like I said, we're fine versus this Marowak because we are going to be faster with my spread. And this gives me the easy, depending on what moves he goes for. He can't go for Flame Charge actually because I'll sack. Like I'm thinking about Flame Charge being the only thing that can outspeed me. But we sack Marowak to the hazards, go hard into Volcanion. And we just click. I literally click, I don't have to click, I'm just going to click Earth Power. I was going to click Tectonic Rage, but there's no point. Because once Marowak goes down, I click Bullet Punch and win the game. So, that's pretty much game. Yeah, Magearna comes out, which is also another, Magearna is his only thing stopping him from beating my Nihilego beating him down. So, go for another Earth Power, knock him out. And now Nihilego just clicks Power Gem and wins. I'm gonna go for Tectonic Rage just because I can. I wonder if he's gonna try and predict. Oh, nice. I got poison. No, but I got off my Z move, so that's fine. We're gonna be able to knock out Beedrill there. Nice crit. And Nihilego can just click the Power Gem and win the game. Also, if Marowak wanted to kill Scizor, it'd also take Flare Blitz Recall. That doesn't really matter though too much, but yeah, good game, dude. Nihilego is just gonna be able to win. I got that unfortunate crit on Tapu Fini. Thank you, friend. I appreciate that. That unfortunate crit on Tapu Fini, though maybe it didn't matter in the end game of winning, it did give me my Marowak as a sack. That way I could afford to switch out and sack that instead of sacking something else. And then winning when I Heligo anyway. But that was a fun game though. Definitely a fun game. We're at 27 minutes. Let's get one more. Let's go ahead and get one more. Hopefully we can get another fun game. I really do enjoy this team. It's really, really fun. I love SD, Leech Seed, Bulu. Mainly for recovery, not even for sweeping. But Leech Seed on top of Bulu is great in general because you force a lot of switches. Cool team on my opponent's part. We are pretty weak to Bisharp, but we do have Bulu. Even then, we're weak to Bisharp. My opponent's very, 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 very weak to Volcanion, though. I'm actually going to lead off with it because it gives me the best matchup possible versus a potential Greninja or... Like, what the hell are you doing in this, man? I'm going to just throw off my Z move. Who was this again? League? I said League? I don't know what he's talking about. Should I let this Mon get weakened? This Mon puts in so much work versus him. I'm gonna click Steam Eruption right here. I could go for the Tectonic Rage. I don't know what. I think he's talking about. I don't know what he's asking me. I think he's asking me who I am, but then he said League, so that kind of threw me off. Volcanion. Specs would also be very fun. Let's just give it a chill drive, whatever. Z Earth Power into Greninja. Tectonic Rage does 108 to 127. We're gonna throw off a Z move right now. Get off a nice strike. That's fine. Okay, go ahead and die. So this will knock him out as he is Focus Sash. Ooh, cool. Get off another Earth Power though and knock him out. I could have Steamer up there if you're gonna just spike on me. But Gunk Shot, are you going to poison me? Yep, there we go. Because that's always going to poison when my opponent uses it. But we can at least knock out Greninja here. I guess Landorus is going to come out. I don't know if you're fast Landorus, but... at the same time, I don't want to risk switching versus you. So I'm going to click Steam Eruption anyway as he clicks Rocks. So nice. So we're able to get rid... why is it Focus Sash? Why are they all Focus Sash? They're all Focus Sash. They're all Sash. What is happening? Why are they all Sash? Help me. I'll let him knock me out. That way I can go route to Scizor. I don't know if he has Explosion on this, but he's not going to be able to block my Defog unless he goes out to Bisharp or does go for the Explosion. So I'm just going to Mega Evolve and go for the Defog. As he does have Explosion. That's really cool. I'm assuming you're going to go out into Bisharp or Celesteela. I think I lose to this Mon. Wow. That's a really fun team. He's definitely offensive Celesteela too. I don't have a... Nihilego is my best switch. And now I can click Thunderbolt, but it does let Bisharp set up, unfortunately. Is that Life Orb? Holy crap. So now Heligo clicks Thunderbolt here, but unfortunately Bisharp's going to be able to set up if it wants to on me. And maybe I won't be able to defog away. I got to keep my Heligo alive too because I can't beat Alakazam. That's a really cool team. Fun team. I like the way it looks. But Thunderbolt's going to do a decent chunk to Celesteela, assuming he's not like Flash Cannon variant. He goes Zam to take the T-Bolt, I guess, and knock me out with Psychic after, so I can understand that play. Bulu is useless. No, Bulu can still potentially get a hit from Mimikyu. I'm gonna sack my Marowak here. I'm gonna sack my Marowak, that way I can revenge kill it with him with the Bullet Punch in the back. Yeah. I think my opponent's gonna end up just sacking his Alakazam, that way I can't defog, which makes perfect sense. But I'm definitely going for the Bullet Punch anyway, as I do not knock him out. That's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate because I'm forced to take hazard damage on this Mon. I would have had to take it anyway, but it would have just been nice. I still want a Thunderbolt, regardless. Knock him out, and I think this game is over. Are you gonna tell me who this is? Are you asking me who this was? Oh, he said, I know it's someone. I don't remember. It's PokeaimMD. Hello. I don't know who League is. I don't know who League is. Like, I didn't see your question. Sorry. He said yes, no. Okay, I'm not going to answer the same question twice, so we're going to keep going with this live. Anyway, I'm not going to end it on this loss. You saying you're not before. You might have been playing my friend on the alts. This is really cool though. Get up hazard with Focus Sash. I like that, and prevent defog. Had I known, he would have gone for, I should have roosted there, but I don't think it would have mattered in the long run. Hello. I don't think it would have mattered too much in the long run. Yeah, good game. Yeah, this game's over though. Good game. I can't beat Celesteela. Offensive Celesteela. We're gonna look for another battle. That's really cool though. So now I know. Now that I know how that team functions, if I ever face it again, I might still lose to it, but at least now I know how, like, what to expect. Like if it's just straight up get up hazards, I can always spam defog. So we're actually gonna end it on this one because I'm not gonna end it on that loss. I want to end it on the game that I get to play properly. Ooh, and this will actually be a tough one too. This is gonna be a tough one. I like my opponent's team. Wow, that's going to be tough. Now, Heligo's a great lead because if he leads off with something like, I want to say Tapu Lele, I would have been in a bad position automatically with anything else. I don't know if this is this could be SD Rocks. Or we know Hardlanders. While Landers is great for Zygarde, we do have Bulu to beat it. But I'll HP Ice here because I'm expecting him to do the same, and we have a lot of speed. Oh, goes for knockoff, so that's amazing. I get off so much damage on his Landers, and I also find out that he's not running HPS or Rocky Helmet. That's amazing. But we can get off our Stealth Rock here. I'll definitely trade Stealth Rock. If my opponent wants to defog, that is on him. Greninja comes out. Good play. You're in a Dark Pulse here, aren't you? Because I have Volcanion in the back and this Mon. I want an Earthquake so bad. You know what? I don't even care about this Mon. Yeah. Like I said, I already accepted Landers going down had he had HP Ice, so I'd much rather potentially get off that damage, and it turns out that's more than likely Battle Bond. Also, I doubt he would go for a move that Ice, well, maybe Ice Beam, but not Hydro Pump if anything. So we can knock out his Landers, get rid of that Intimidate for later. I'm good versus Scizor because versus Metagross because I do have Scizor. I can see him Dark Pulsing here or going for Hydro Pump. Either way, I'm going Bulu because I can just Leech Seed something. Yeah, there's a Dark Pulse. Ooh, that's Specs. Nice Spectacles. Yummy Spectacle. Let me go ahead and Leech Seed right here. Go ahead and show me your switching. Plus, I get a little bit of recovery. It's going to be Metagross. Metagross is definitely the best switch. But getting off Leech Seed also helps Scizor beat it 1v1. And it gives me my Mega. Beautiful Leech. That's why Leech Seed is so cool. I can see my opponent doubling maybe into Lele. But if he doesn't double, and looks like he didn't switch out because I switched first, unless he's Adamant Gross. Unfortunately misses a Meteor Mash. I don't think it would have done too much, especially with Leech Seed recovery and stuff. But, you know, missing is, on its own right, just sucks. Sucks to miss. And no U-turn switch-ins at all on my opponent's part. Lele ended up being my opponent's switch-in, so this is going to take a U-turn, going to take a ton of damage, and I can go right out into Nihilego. And honestly, just click Sludge Wave. I don't care if you go Metagross because I always have Scizor. Fortunately, I don't have my Rocky Helmet anymore. That would be great to weaken it. But we're always just going to click Sludge Wave here. As you go Metagross. Good play, good play, good play. I can respect the Metagross play. I want to go Landorus as a pivot just in case he doubles back on the Lele, also while wasting Psychic Terrain turns. And there's the Meteor Mash. Alright, so if you want to go for Meteor Mash, then I can go right back on to Scizor. I could also Defog, but I kind of like the Rocks Up versus Greninja and whatnot. And because his last turn of Terrain is up, I'm just going to Roost here because I can always Bullet Punch the Lele if it comes out. Because the Terrain is about to end, so I can Bullet Punch Lele now. Yeah, so I don't know if my opponent expected that, but Bullet Punch is going to be able to knock out Lele. Nice. Battle Bond Greninja does not kill me. This can actually single-handedly 1v1 my opponent's entire team. Yes, and there is the Greninja. Do I want to give him Battle Bond? Kind of. Don't really have a choice, do I? I don't know if he's going to Hydro Pump or Dark Pulse. Either way, we're going to go Landorus as a fodder. I don't want to risk getting flinch, and if he goes for Dark Pulse, that's fine, because I do have Volcanion, which can click Thunderbolt now. I also like Bulu, because Bulu can also get recovery. At the same time, though, I think Horn Leeching is better than going for Leech Seed, because I don't want my opponent potentially predicting that. And Horn Leech also does give me enough recovery on Metagross to come in and take on the Zygarde anyway. So, Scizor still, that's the best mid-ground play. Get my Grassy Terrain recovery. A little bit of rinse repeat right here. Get a nice crit and attack raise. That's cool. But the thing is, my opponent's Earthquake is going to be weakened. The Thunder Punch is not. It's actually bad. Getting a little bit of recovery right there. That did so much damage too. That's actually pretty bad. I don't know if he has Bullet Punch as his last move. Zen Headbutt is also an option. I'm gonna see how my opponent reacts to Marowak though. Earthquake won't knock me out because of Grassy Terrain. Yep. Alright, so yeah, if he had Zen Headbutt, he should have went for that. So probably forgot about the after effects of Grassy Terrain. We're gonna be able to get rid of that monster. That is Metagross. Greninja's gonna come out. You'll be able to pick me off. I'll just click Flare Blitz here. Doesn't matter what I go for. You're gonna go for Dark Pulse anyway. You have to go for Dark Pulse. It's your best play. Right, there you go. Nice Dark. Hard Nihilego. I really want to click HP Ice here, but I don't think there's a reason to predict Zygarde. Maybe I could lose to it if I don't. Maybe I shouldn't worry too much about it, but Sludge Wave is just the best play anyway. As he goes Feeny. So yeah, this will be a 2-hit KO on top of Feeny. Easy 2-hit KO. Look at that damage. Let me go ahead and get Beast Boost. Go ahead and get a Beast Boost. Oh, you can go Zygarde too, buddy. But now your Tapu Fini is in range of Bullet Punch. It is indeed in range of Bullet Punch. I don't know if it's offensive. Unless you have Sludge Wave, I think we're good. I'm so serious. Unless it has Sludge Wave of its own, I think we're good. Very, very cool double into my opponent's Tapu Fini. However, while that does stop my Grassy Terrain, I am still definitely powerful enough and fast enough. Ooh, okay, I did not expect the speed. I definitely didn't expect the speed. That's cool. That's really cool. I didn't expect the speed on Fini. Greninja's going to come out. I'll sack Scizor, because I don't think his Bullet Punch is going to be doing anything. Sack into that Dark Pulse. Does Volcanion even live this? If Volcanion lives this, I want to go Volcanion. Because I always have Nihilego on the back to deal with him, right? What's my Volcanion spread? 16 HP. Let's see. How much is Specs Pulse going to be doing from Greninja? This is kind of broken. Let's see how much is Specs. A clean 79 to 93%. But I can at least click Power Gem and get off some damage on this guy. Yeah, I have to click Power Gem, knock him out, get my Beast Boost. Now the thing is, even if he is a Dragon Dance Zygarde, unless he's Yachi Berry, I should also be able to live Extreme Speed, and I can go right out into my I don't want Tapu Bulu taking a hit. I'm gonna go hard Volcanion because Volcanion threatens him. Volcanion threatens him while also not giving him recovery. I think Tectonic Rage is stronger than Stab Steam Eruption. No, it's not. This is only 175. And this is half of... Wait, yes it is. No. Because half of 100 is 50. And this is 55 added to this. Yeah. This is stronger. This is a strong as hell move. Hold up. Ooh, and it doesn't miss. Clean. Good game. Alright, so... I think that's stronger, right? It is stronger, isn't it? Am I missing something? I swear that's stronger. Maybe I'm sorry if my math is just off. Let's just look at the calc right here because I can't obviously do math in my head. I'm pretty sure that Z move was stronger. Yes, it is. Just a little bit. Okay, my math was right. It's 55. Okay, my math is right. All right, awesome. But yeah, that's great. I was able to knock out. And if it was Dragon Dance, it was definitely offensive. That runs offensive. I want to see how much that 61 to 73. Ooh, that could have been a roll. Clean. Glad I got it. However, do you knock out Nihilego? Oh, you Dragon Dance. I think he had to go for, yeah, he definitely had to go for a second Dragon Dance to outspeed Nihilego, so it makes sense. I completely understand his play. But Tectonic Rage, it was in my favor to knock him out. In any case, guys, I do hope you all enjoyed this live as much as I did. I got put down by that one team, but if I ever face it again, at least now I know what it'll be running. But of course, if you guys did enjoy this live, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, do your thing. You can also check out the Beast Boost merchandise. It's only available for 11 more days, and by the time this goes up, it will only be available for 10 more days. So again, that link is down below. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, friends.